I'm Zoe, and I've loved On the Dance Floor since November 2011. They've honestly helped me through so much, and I love that they're not afraid to be different and be their own person. And they've had experience with bullying, which I think many fans can relate to that because it's just nice to know that you're not alone.
BOTDF is, quite frankly, the reason I'm still breathing. If it wasn't for BOTDF, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Their inspiration and care about their fans, they're unbelievable. They're a force that can't be stopped, and I truly hope that they go forever.
On the Dance Floor is my inspiration. They've taught me that it's okay to be different, and they've taught me to never be less than myself, and they taught me to accept myself and accept others, and to love myself and others just the way we are, not focusing on race, religion, sexual orientation, gender, anything outside of personality.
On the Dance Floor has helped me through so much stuff in my life. You know, not only musically were they there for me, but, you know, as friends, they reached out to me when I was going through a really rough time. You know, and it just put it in perspective for me that, you know, everyone goes through hardship in their life, and, you know, it takes some time to get over it.
What On the Dance Floor means to me especially is peace, joy, tranquility, happiness. I love them with all my heart. They're my favorite band. And I love their message, and I love how they try to help their friends and anyone to you, not to sacrifice you, not to like you.
It was a couple years ago, I was in a big depression.
What you guys mean to me, you mean everything to me. I can honestly say that I wouldn't be alive without you.
Things are just, I'm just kind of like a ghost. You know, I'm just emotionally worn out. I'm not here. I feel just so disconnected from friends and family. You know, being on the road. I've grown tighter with my family. It's the only thing that's kind of kept me here. My road warriors, they're the ones that get me through it. I'm so grateful for the team that I have. We got an epic journey ahead of us. It's gonna be do or die, and I will give it my all. If I have to lay down at my entire self to prove that I'm an artist, to prove that I am one of a kind, and to embrace that, I will do it. I'll go to the ends of the earth to prove that. And for now, I need redemption. I need rescue. I'm falling apart, and I just need some time to level out. A lighter head with my heavy heart. After the through my feelings of the Seeing Is Dead tour, I began to ponder, and I felt like a tourist, and I just kept traveling places and seeing all these new worlds, and you know, I was losing sight of what was home. I was very homesick, and I remember looking at this guy and I was like, yeah, I can't wait to be home. And that tour was just a lot. It was very draining of our energy, and we needed to get back home, get in touch with our families, and you know, that was a very depressing Christmas. We spent it packing all our stuff, but we were very excited to move out to California, to start a brand new beginning, a brand new chapter in our lives.
Targeted again, and we kind of lashed out differently. Instead of being angry and taking out in other ways, we basically came up with the concept of this record called Bad Blood. And Bad Blood really was the start to a lot of this whole revenge concept of this record, and it was just saying, like, we're not cool with this, we're not cool with a lot of things that are happening within our movement, and we felt this record needed to happen.
First song we did was I Refuse to Sing, which is like, it's pretty upbeat, dancey kind of song, but the meaning behind it is just, it's like people expect us to like get bashed and just disappear, or like if you like call us a faggot enough, or you tell us that our band sucks enough, eventually we'll quit. No. Like, that just makes me want to, like, fucking build a bigger boat and fucking crush yours.
I'm gay, the crazy, violent faggot with AIDS. Well, that's what other people say, then it must be true. Cause all the things I rap about, the things I do, if I gave two blind fucks what they had to say, that I wouldn't wake up and live in life this way. So it would seem you can't read about me and the things you see and think that's all there is to believe. Like, really? Is it true that you can sum your life up in a tweet? Cause I can't, that's not me, that's me pretending to be what I want to be. But I think it's time I do me, be whoever the fuck I wanna be. Don't need permission, I'll do what I please. And when the wave comes, where will you be?
Coming from Evolution, which is such a very positive and also conflicting and very traditional Blood on the Dance Floor, we haven't really created a fully concept album. I Refuse to Sing started this whole saga of revenge will have its day, that maybe through our success that we can bury this hatchet. To me, what stood out was the feedback from our fans and how grateful they were. And we kind of went back to our hip-hop elements, and we kind of went back to the more electronic bass beats.
We wrote the album for, like, us as people, not, I mean, like, we use it to share to the listeners, but it wasn't for the listeners at this point. It was like to get whatever we needed to off our chest finally.
And I made this record for who I am and for myself, because I feel like I have to get this off my chest. I have to point these emotions out and let everybody know what I'm going through, but instead of me dwelling on it, I just release it. So if I do perform it live, if I do get out there and sing it, it's real. It's real life drama. It doesn't get any better than that. That's the shit that's happening is happening right this very second. And it's been happening for me since I've been doing this band for 7 years. And finally I can release it, I can let it go and express myself to where people can understand what I'm going through. And maybe, just maybe, that whatever my trials and tribulations that I go through, that people can learn from it and let them help them.
That pretty much kicked off like the entire concept. It's like, it always starts that way. Every single album, there's always like that one song that starts it all, and it's like the first song's never exactly what you had in mind, and like the rest of the album, it has like almost sounds completely different from like the first song that you make. So it's like, oh, okay. So it kind of puts you in the right direction. There was many different storylines throughout Bad Blood. Like Unchained is a little bit about being freed of like the pressure that we have as people to not continue to make music, but to continue to be like, I don't know, I don't consider myself a role model or any of that such, but I do know a lot of people look up to me. But the people that look up to me have to realize that you can't hold anyone to a standard. If you set expectations, they will lead to disappointment. You can't, like, that person is not controllable, you know? So Unchained is kind of like, you know, I'll do what I can to make a change, but, you know, I'm not, like, you know, a fucking slave, and you can't just make me be this way just because it makes you happier or something, you know? And because that would almost be, it's a huge, like, hypocritic thing, actually, because I always tell people to, like, be themselves as much as possible, you know? Fake is the New Trend is pretty much, it's a big stab at people that, it's like a mockery, you know? If you want to become successful, like, you have to become someone else. And I've been told that a few times by many people, like, you know, you got a good thing going for you, but I think if you were someone else, this would really go over well. And I'm like, who the fuck? So Fake is the New Trend is kind of like a mockery of that, and yeah.
I felt like Bad Blood when I was writing that song. I was going through a very open-hearted moment with my feelings. I think music is a reflection of yourself, and I got a lot of what I needed to say on Bad Blood, and it's a cool track. And basically, I'm just saying, like, at that point, you know, the only fuck you need to give is your middle finger up when people are trying to bring you down, and you know, you really shouldn't waste your fucks. You know, it's definitely a luxury and not something you should waste on, and, you know, basically pour out your feelings about. So that was kind of like the writing process for Bad Blood for us, for track number 3. Always and Forever, it's a very dear song to my heart. It's about my relationship with Jenny, and you know, it was funny to see Jay in the studio, like, trying to sing it, because he's so on a whole nother level with love compared to me right now. But I loved it because he was very sincere with his vocal performance on it, and I'm really grateful that, you know, he helped me get my message across to my girlfriend, and it was just cool to write a song about her, and I never really get to write a love song. It's our second ever love song, so it was really nice to get into that. So another song we went into was Damage, and I really had a really kind of like a therapeutic moment with that. We both pretty much put all of our insecurities and our vulnerabilities on the table, and we kind of came clean with a lot of the way that we destroyed relationships. Almost like we're not perfect products anymore, we're damaged goods. We're basically a mirror with a crack in it. You only get patches of reality. So it was really cool to kind of confess that, and I guess at the end of that song, Damage, you know, you're coming clean with all of your, with your wrong. And it's sort of like, if somebody can accept you for the wrong, then in a way, that person's perfect for you.
The writing process began as soon as we moved to San Diego. We started writing Refuse to Sink, released that, and then after that, like, it was pretty much like a slow rolling fucking snowball, because every month was like a new couple of songs, and it just kept like going that way. And the writing process wasn't chaotic, but it was like very constant. Like, it had a very like consistent flow to it. It wasn't sporadic how we've like normally done things, you know. It's like do a song here, do a song there, and you know, we put it all on an album. Like this time it was like we recorded it all at one time, got all of our systems.
We were bouncing so many ideas about the album, and as we started writing Bad Blood and we started getting into the songwriting process, a lot of the songs we wrote on guitar first, and then we went ahead and got with my producer Rusty, and we just started writing away.
Hey. I got it. No, he's videotaping me. Getting handicapped over here.
You know what? I mean, yeah, it's your say.
I think it's like, it has a complete opposite like feel of what like was written.
I have
like I based it off like her words exactly.
Dude, you've never
like hers was like once upon a time you're the reason why I lived. And I was like once upon a never you're the reason why I lived. And it's like really like complete opposite. And like it's just about hating that person completely. So when we started recording like Bad Blood and everything, the record we're working on now, like it's been so different and it sounds so different, and it shows that like there's like so much experience behind all of the people that have been working with us for so long now that like it has made like a grand finale for the album, and I'm super fucking excited to let everyone hear it.
We also had other producers, James Egbert from Denver, Colorado, come out, and it was a real blessing having him there. He definitely helped us out with a lot of the writing, and you know, he was a great mentor personally for me.
I have the right to remain violent. Wow, wow, no, wow, wow, wow.
Like maybe like even a lower.
Really loving dude, and I think by the end of the record, you know, he taught me a lot of things. You know, I was finally relieved of all the drama and the bullshit. I was finally on the righteous path of where I needed to go. I learned a lot from this guy, writing Bad Blood, that revenge will lead you to nothing, and it will consume you. And he really put it out one day to me, and I was just like, wow, you're absolutely right. And you know, it kind of goes back to that earlier song that we wrote together when we met at the same time back on the Crunk Kids tour. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were driving in a car, and we were going all the way to Massachusetts, and I was like, same exact scenario. We got up for plenty of drama, and he was like, hey, why don't you write the song that goes like this? And he started showing me like what he was writing, and you know, I was full bent on saying like success is the best revenge, and you know, at the end of the day, it's true. That song is totally where what people should do if they ever want to try to get revenge. It's just let your success, let your hard work, don't give in to all the nonsense. Just kind of stay on a righteous path that you want to go, and your future will be bright. Who the fuck are you? So Crucified by Your Lies, it's pretty self-explanatory. My first name is Jesus, and a lot of people make up a lot of rumors about me, which is always entertaining to watch. And basically the song kind of just goes into this whole battle of, you know, I give my everything, you know, at that point I just take it, whatever, that's my curse, and you know, at the end of the day, like, no matter how much bullshit that I get, you know, I just gotta keep on doing what I love, and that's what matters to me, my passion. My take on something grim was that life is very short. You try to scramble and hold on to everything, but eventually possessions possess you. You become so consumed by it that you just forget about time, and you don't appreciate the times that you have now, where I'm blessed to be living with this guy, and it's kind of like live for the moment, because life is short, and just go down the rabbit hole and see wherever it takes you, and that's kind of my perspective on it. He'll explain his side.
Something grim. It's very polar opposite there.
Yeah,
another thing I wrote an entire blog on, but another short story. Pretty much, like, I mean, just listening to the verses and the cohesiveness of it, they're like the exact same opposite using the same words. So it's kind of like you get a good perspective on things, and then, you know, which is pretty much what I like to look at as like the optimist of it, and then I'm pretty much like the devil's advocate. Just kind of like, you know, this used to be the reason that I lived, but now it's no longer, and it's too short to keep dwelling on that one thing. So I mean, it's motivational at the end. I don't think it's completely, I mean, life is a vicious cycle, and we all know it. I mean, you live to die a little more every day. Okay, for people who don't know, Redeemer is, the definition of it is Christ, or Savior, or Jesus, whatever you want to call it. I just think it's funny that you just talked about your Jesus song. Mine is just awful. It's basically sex with Jesus. Like, when you have sex with somebody that you're really attracted to, and you have like that chemistry and that cool with them, it like doesn't matter, like, I don't know, nothing else really matters. But when you're with them, it's almost like you worship them at that point. It's like your body is my Christ. So it's kind of written completely about that with a little bit of a necrophilia.
I'm ready. So the next track that we really focused on this album was Divided We Fall. Divided We Fall, I kind of went back to my earlier days when my parents used to fight in the house, and I was really grateful that my parents stayed together for me and my sister growing up. I know that not a lot of kids were as lucky as I am, or fortunate as I am, as my teenage years were, but my parents had their moments just like any other couple. There's a point where things just build up and shit gets real, but I wrote that song to kind of remind people that no matter how bad it gets, you know, family's everything, and we should stick together. So I wrote a track on Bad Blood, the final track. It's called Morning Star, and I wrote it for my grandpa, who has Alzheimer's. Basically, every time I play my guitar in front of him, he always smiles. There's always this euphoric happiness that just unfolds every time that I play an instrument in front of him. You know, dealing with somebody who doesn't remember, he for some reason can remember the sound of a song that I play, or, you know, anything that I'm jamming out to, he'll recognize it. And I kind of wrote that for my grandpa, and I just wanted to let him know that no matter what happens, that I will honor his legacy, I will honor everything that he's done for our family, and I will hold him dearly forever in my heart. So that pretty much is all the tracks for Bad Blood. We also did 2 bonus tracks. One of them was Revenge Will Have Its Day, sort of like the whole revenge concept of the record. And it's a sick-sad world, kind of reflects the reality of the world that we live in. Hands down, this is my all-time favorite album that we've ever done. I love it. I hope you get to enjoy it and get to feel our blood, sweat, and tears that we poured into this record.
You forgot about track 13.
Track 13?
Yeah, it's just a quote from Donnie Darko. Most important quote you can possibly ever remember for the rest of your fucking life. If you live your life as a vengeful person, you will die alone.
Every living creature on earth has no.
Hey guys, I'm Rusty Wilmot. I am the producer for Blood on the Dance Floor. I actually met Dobby through a friend that I played in a band with. I needed to get my hair cut, and he said he knew this really talented rock and roll hairstylist. So I went over to this guy's apartment, thought it was kind of sketch, and knocked on the door, and this guy opened it up, and bigger than life personality jumped out, and it was Dobby. And walked in, we were instantly good friends. He started cutting my hair, and he put some music on, and I said, who is that? That's cool. And he said, it's me. He said, I've been working on this music with the guy from Flock of Seagulls, and this is my stuff. And I said, it's pretty good. I can see where you're going with it. Why don't you come work with me? And we'll really make something good out of it. I'm a Monster was the first song that I helped co-create and produce for him. And we've been together ever since. Everything, 5-6 albums later, here we are, taking the world on.
Rusty will come up with some chords, and then I'll put some melodies on top of it. Or I'll come up with a chord, and then Rusty's putting melodies on it. It's kind of like we pretty much complement each other. He brings in a new perspective, and I bring a new perspective. Sometimes he'll write a verse, and then I'll like it for a week, and then I'll be like, I'm gonna go ahead and change that to more of my style, and I'll play for him, and he's like, whoa, that's so cool. So, or he'll do something, and I'm like, whoa, that's fucking rad. I have a very parallel relationship when it comes down to writing, and then basically I'll take the chords, the melodies, or it's the chords and melodies that I wrote, show to James, and James basically just puts this electronic dance music touch on it, and or he'll do like a dubstep or whatever element we're trying to strive for in the song, and he kind of brings it to life.
With Bad Blood, we completely deconstructed the whole method. From step 1 to step 10, I would fly out there, Dobby and I would sit down with acoustic guitars, and we would just write the song organically from the ground up together. And then we would have James Egbert come in, and he would basically take what we had written and make that more into like the electronic elements, some of the dubstep, some of the dance beats and stuff like that.
And you're welcome to the Bad Blood Sessions.
Hey, what's up? My name is James Egbert, and I'm an electronic musician, music producer, and I've been working with Blood on the Dance Floor for, I guess, about 4 or 5 years now.
James is probably one of the most hard-working individuals that I've met.
Hey there, buddy, are you taking a dump in there or what?
He's grown as an artist, somebody who is such an intelligent person. First off, he thinks with his left side of his brain. He bowls with his left hand instead of his right hand, so they always say that lefties are pretty much smarties.
This is how we do it.
Almost.
Fuck your
couch, bro. Fuck your couch. Fuck your couch. And I will have to conclude on that because James has pretty much created the most genius beats that we've ever done in any record previously from Blood on the Dance Floor. So it's really fun working with him. It's always funny we always make monkey sounds. We always go and we always like throw bananas at each other. And I actually love throwing bananas at him. There's just something about James just throwing bananas at him. But you know, he's been a mentor to me. He's been somebody that pushes the best out of me. He doesn't settle for less. He always strives to perfect a song and make it better than it's ever been before. And you know, my relationship with James it's like working with your brother. It's working with somebody that is very close to you.
I met Davi just in like a nightclub that he was playing at.
I met him at the Live Spot back in Denver.
And I just kind of introduced myself, told him like, yeah, I make music too, and be interested. Like, so we ended up linking up after that, and the first song that I wrote for them was Sexting, and it was just hugely successful. So it was kind of obvious that we had a good match going, and just, you know, it was kind of going to establish a really long future for us to work together. So,
you know, basically my life changed forever was that brotherhood that we developed as friends. And the first song that me, Jay, and James wrote was Sexting. And that pretty much was the revolution to everything that we know today. I mean, that was the big wave that made this all even possible. And he was there. He was part of the new beginning, even when Jay first joined. So, Mr. Eggbot, Egg Nasty, I will beat you in bowling. I will not forget that night.
Who won?
Me.
You? Did you win? Did you win or are you lying?
Go fuck yourself.
Who won?
Your mother.
Hey James, who won?
We did. You and me. You and me.
And who lost?
Shit.
And who lost?
They did. Him and her. That one right there.
So fucking dumb.
No, well, you're just upset because you lost.
You know, James is one of my brothers. He's so talented and gifted. And we'll just sit down and I'll explain to him, like, this is how I want the piano parts and this is how I want this part. And I'm a control freak. I'll get in there, I'll just know instantly what I want it to sound like, and you know, I just kind of express it that way. So, I like that, you know, like that really open, like powerful drums, like the live drums.
I think we should do that, yeah.
Or like, there's so many ways to approach it. Like, what's the best drums that are gonna go with my voice?
I think that we should do something kind of like that, like
it's open, right? Like,
yeah. This record's been really cool, just coming out here to San Diego as opposed to working in Arizona. It's just been a much more free and expressive sort of place to be, I think. It's been really apparent for me just working with them for so long. I've seen the band change just drastically and kind of be more open and understanding and realizing of who they truly are. And I think them moving out to San Diego was one of the best things that happened for the music's sake. So it's been really cool to work out here.
When I go in the studio with Rusty, we sit down, I grab my guitar, he grabs his guitar, we kind of go over melodies together.
We'll sit down in the studio and we'll warm up, we'll run through scales, we'll sing together, we'll take songs that I know that are in the higher difficulty range and we'll sing it together until his voice is really warmed up.
On the first line, sing by yourself, group vocals. So, Once Upon a Time should be the one that's doubled and tripled.
Once upon a time, you're the reason that I live. Once upon a time, but
a hope in hopeless. Refuse to live a life that's filled with regret. Don't miserable like you.
I have a close friend of mine named Ken Turner. Comes out, he does backup vocals for Stevie Wonder, so he's got that soulful voice and he helps me out.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
You know what?
The Scooby-Doo out
I got this way just being me, and now screaming fans are all I see. I'm not afraid, I'm not ashamed, I'm not your slave, baby, I'm unchained.
Oh,
It's from the old ooh at the end.
oh,
No. Just before you cut it off, put the ooh.
Jay pretty much just gets with Rusty, or he'll go in the basement and kind of write his own melodies with his using GarageBand. So he vibes out to that, comes back, emails me the track, I vibe out to it, and pretty much like 100% of the time I'm like, this is fucking incredible. Kid's a genius. And we kind of just vibe out and have fun. And
Rusty comes in, we'll come to him with a concept. I write like all of my lyrics, I get them out of the way, like completely. It's almost like start with a poem, and then once there's music involved, I can like break it apart and change things and make it work to like, you know, into a song.
And let you take my life, you crawled under my skin. I refuse to let you in.
Steak and eggs and steak. That's what you should eat for breakfast. Steak and eggs and steak. In case you didn't hear me the first time, I got it. Come on, Bryce. Steak and eggs and steak. Breakfast.
Choir time.
Choir time?
La 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 la. Oh jeez. This shit's high.
you know, Rusty really, we do a vocal warm up before anything. Drinks water, get plenty of rest.
Apocalypse. Now is the hour. I am the magic. I am the power. All I need is one star in the sky. Wish for you every night.
And then we just go in there and kill it on the takes. There's some takes that take an entire day. There's some takes that take up like 5 seconds.
Then we'll start doing takes, and we just take take after take after take, just looking for not necessarily the ones that have the right notes, but the ones that have the right character, you know. Everybody can sing on key, but it's singing on key that where you can hear that person's soul coming out.
Okay, can you double that?
We came into this world together. Over time it tore us apart. We fight and we scream and we curse at each other. Why can't we go back to the start?
People's champion.
Put into a world that was turned against me, I turned into something they never thought I'd be. Fuck all this fame, you can have it back, please. Put my middle finger up, cause you don't own me. Street motherfucker.
Sick, sad world, screaming helplessly and being ignored. There's nothing but
It sounds like rape.
There's nothing but here. There's no sun.
Sometimes he's known as the one-hit wonder. This guy will go in there, do a take. Okay, like Rusty will literally loop it, and he's like nailing it, all the takes, everything.
Jay, on the other hand, doesn't need to warm up. He walks in, you know, actually I've seen with him, the quicker you get him in there from the time he wakes up in the morning, the better, because that guy can come in and he just sings the parts, you know, he gets through it, and he doesn't want to do a lot of takes. He likes to get, like, you know, the first reaction kind of thing. If he gets through the song 1 or 2 times, normally that'll be the take that he wants to stay with.
Having a revelation with your mainstream fabrication, 'cause I wasn't born in a manger, I was born in this nation, not a gift from God, and certainly not a spawn of Satan. But this dream milk and chasing for as long as you bleed, no white flag will be waiting, 'cause the shit that you're saying, I'm a ticking time bomb just waiting to go off, and the motherfucking trigger finger on the handle, gotta force feed you needles whether you hate me or not. I'm vicious and I'm young and I can't be stopped. You try to lock me up, you can put me in a cage, but this heart you see will never be changed, 'cause I've been crazy since I dropped out the 9th grade, with the cages unloaded even before I was of age. Got beat down running home on the first day, cops told me watch the evil smile on my damn face. I laughed in, 'cause I knew this would be the last time I gave, and I never went back at the next day. I moved on, got strong, even changed my fucking name. Well, I may be J-Von now, but Jeremy Bryan is from where I came. So give me the blame, break my chains. I never said I wanted fame. I'll do what I can to make it change, but I'm not your slave, baby, I'm unchained. Breather.
Wow, pretty good first try, brother.
Fucking long, dude. I feel like I was getting nauseous almost.
To make it change, but I'm not your slave, baby, I'm unchained.
Nice. Let's double that.
Okay.
I'm a perfectionist, so I'm there like analyzing, stripping out the entire performance. Hell, there's some times where half the performance is like the greatest performance I've ever done, but if it's not cohesive with the entire performance, I scratch it out. Alright, I like that. I think I can do better though. Yeah, I gotta do the first half. Okay, I got it.
Of all this toxic air.
Alright, that's cool. Let's keep doing it. Just want to put a repeat. I'm gonna do like about 8 more takes. So do it again. All the fighting and the screaming, someone wake me up, I'm dreaming, it's like a nightmare. It's got to be one perfect solid take, and you know, this time we really focused on not adding too many layers of vocals. We just strived on hitting the notes perfectly, and you know, we didn't use autotune. Autotune has been pretty much extinct from a lot of the new Blood on the Dance Floor songs. We use Melodyne. You know, Pro Tools is a good, Pro Tools 10 we use to record the vocals on and lay out the music.
Zero autotune. Zero. These guys are getting so much better. Let me tell you, I'm really proud of these guys.
And that was it. You know, we had a really fun recording process. It's really cool to have, you know, the producers be like brother figures, and Rusty's sort of like a father figure to me, so it was cool. They gave us a lot of wisdom, and we learned a lot vocally on this album.
So what are you doing, Michelle?
Watching Jay jack off a chainsaw. And I'm gonna fist him with some axes.
So the photo shoots for Bad Blood were a hell of a lot of fun. We went to a graveyard, we had a good time. We went to the beach, we had blast. Did a lot of the shots for Something Grim out there. Then we went into the basement, smashed the mirrors, created the shots for Damage. We also created the album cover shot, which the album cover is pretty self-explanatory. It's like we're pretty much going to kill you and your entire family. And on the back of it is like, peace out. That's pretty much the best way to describe that.
Down and it's like a dick and balls. That's it. Alright, oh, we're done.
I gotta be the mom of the group. It's too close to the dinner table.
You don't want to.
Fucking stripper body.
Oh my god, I can do it myself.
Barely done.
Shut up, it's not funny.
Fucking whole shit. Fucking Rachel Bryson.
Okay, oh my god.
I feel like we're on a higher level than ever before compared to where we were last year. and I really think Bad Blood's gonna kill it. It's gonna be a blessing, and it's our calling. So, to wrap it all up, this was such an exciting journey. I did a lot of self-discovery on this record. Jay evolved, for sure. And, you know, we're gonna still kick ass and do what we love most, creating fucked up, chaotic dance music and being ourselves. So, until then, we love you. Wear a condom. Good night.
Welcome, y'all. My name is Davy Vanity. I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I came here to do a makeup tutorial for y'all. Davy Vanity Unmasked. Now, some of y'all say that my makeup is magical, and some of y'all say, damn it, you look like a girl. But you know, the illusion is magic can be created through cosmetics, and through cosmetics, you can create wonders, motherfuckers. So, let us begin. So, first things first. Voila! I'm a motherfucking vampire. Not really. Vampires are cheating. But I might be undead. Who knows? Alright, so here we go. I'm gonna put on. Here we go! Sealer and squirt, that's all you need. Yeah, just highlight on the bridge of my nose. Get it up in there. Now, this is the bottom part of my lip. Create 2 triangles here. Okay, so next thing we do, foundation brush, Smell is fun. I like to take a little baby powder, take a little bit of this, and I just kind of work it in. What it does is it makes my makeup last forever, especially on this hot summer days. Okay, now my face is pretty, got my foundation on, everything's ready to go. Time to enhance my highlights. I take the highlighter brush, and I take the Soft and Gentle right now. This guy. Alright, next up, take a small dart, graphite eyeliner. Make sure it's nice and sharpened. I always like to do a little tester in my hand before I get to work. I even stab your eyeball or anything. And just give it down. Alright, so I like to take MAC right into the brush. And this is like my fucking holy grail of makeup expertise. I use the black product to the top. So I'm going to do my brows. Follow me? And I kind of like to take my concealer brush and go back and just clean up anything that's out of the ordinary. Alright, the famous stripes. So imagine like Scythe of the Grim Reaper. Now for the black paint underneath my face, I take the Black Track big paintbrush. Okay, so take current, I'm going to outline my lips. And then I kind of fill in my lips with the pencil because it's going to give it a nice base for the lipstick. Sounds good. And then I like to take the Rebel. Rebel. That on. Voila. And this completes my normal look. So stick with us next. We're gonna bust out the Bad Blood look. But this is pretty much the normal Davi Vanity look every day that you see up online. So next up is the Bad Blood look. Let's get into that. Here we go. So this look is a little different, but we'll get into it. So I'm gonna take the Black Track again. You can see my lips look a little scary. The Blood Effect, Blood Scav by Midnight. Dip my finger here. It's a little messy. Next up is the eyeshadow. So, Black Track. Get back on that. Take a little bit of an eyeshadow brush. Alright, so next up I use the Rogue Flame Red by Midnight Powder. And that's pretty much how you do the crazy Bad Blood eyes. Next up, we're gonna do the lightning bolts. Okay, I take this tiny little bit, yeah, tiny. Okay, and then I take the Black Track. All right, take that. There you go. I don't like to do too much of it because then it just becomes an overkill, but you can see the lightning bolts. They're all different. I'm gonna do one more here. kind of go wild with it, but not too wild. You don't want to go like too insane with him, but just do your thing on him. Alright. So, come back, take my highlighter, touch up a certain spots here and there. As you can see, I've got lightning bolts, I've got blood, I've got slashes. This is kind of like the official Bad Blood look. It's kind of like a very horror version of Davi. So, there you go. Thank you again for joining us. We've had a marvelous time. May joy be with you all.